Dear students, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are continuing the topic of plant tissues, and today we will study about the permanent tissues. But before moving towards them, I just want to tell you that in the previous video I have given the detail about the plant tissues, and we have discussed one of the types of the plant tissues, that is the meristematic tissues. If you want to check that video out, then you can click on the link in the description. So now we are proceeding with the permanent tissues, and for your recall I just want to tell you that I told you that the permanent tissues are of two types: the simple permanent tissues and the compound permanent tissues. So we will discuss only the simple permanent tissues in this video. So let's start the video. Well, the permanent tissues, they originate from the meristematic tissues. Once the meristematic tissues are mature, they are deposited with substances. Their walls, like the cell walls, get hardened, so they make the permanent tissues. The cells that are making the permanent tissues, they do not have the ability to divide. Since they are mature enough, they are grown, and their cell walls get thickened and their cells are dead, so they do not have the ability to divide. The other point is the permanent tissues, they are made of cells that may have the intercellular spaces between them. It means the cell space, the intercellular space, may be there or may not be there among the cells of the permanent tissues. So there are two types of permanent tissues that is told you in the start. So there are the simple permanent tissues and the compound or complex permanent tissue. For your recall, I just want to tell you that the simple permanent tissues are made up of single types of cells, while the compound or the complex permanent tissues, they are composed of more than one type of cells. So we'll see here the simple permanent tissues, like their types, and in this video I will cover the three main types of the simple permanent tissues. One is on your screen, that is epidermal tissues. Beside this we are having the other tissues like ground tissues and the supportive tissues. So we'll see them one by one. First, I am just starting with the epidermal tissues, which is one of the simple permanent tissue. It means this tissue is made up of only one type of cells. So epidermal cells are making it up. It is composed of single layer of cells, and it is covering the whole plant body, like your skin is covering your whole body. So epidermal tissues, they are covering the whole plant body. Since they are just covering the whole body of the plant, so they act as a barrier between the environment and the internal plant tissues. So the internal parts of the plants, they are actually protected with this shield of the epidermal tissues. Okay, so these epidermal tissues, they are also responsible for absorption of water and minerals. How? Actually, these epidermal tissues, they have certain specialized structures, certain specialized cells within them. One of them is the root hairs that is found on the epidermis of the roots. So root hairs, they allow them to absorb water and minerals from the soil. Beside this, these epidermal tissues, they also bear stomata. Like you can see here, the epidermal tissues, they are having this stomata within them. So this is one of the structure that is lying within the epidermis, and this stomata is the only structure in the epidermis that is having the chloroplast in it. You can see here the chloroplast. Okay, so this is one of the features of the epidermal tissue, and through this stomata the gaseous exchange is possible, as well as the excess water vapor can escape out through them. Beside this, if you look at the surface of the leaves or the young stems or the young shoots, then they are waxy. So basically, a layer is present on their surface which is termed as cuticle, and these epidermal tissues, they secrete cutin, and that cutin is basically a fat or waxy substance which is forming a sort of layer which is termed as the cuticle, and this prevents the evaporation, thereby preventing that structure where it's found, whether the leaf or the young stem. So they are giving them a sort of protection as they are preventing the water loss from them. I hope that you've understood it. Now we are moving towards another type of of these simple permanent tissues, and this is the ground tissues. So ground tissues are all the tissues which are other than epidermal tissue and the vascular tissue. So they are found in between them, the epidermal tissue and the vascular tissue. Ground tissues are simple tissues. They are made up of parenchyma cells. So parenchymal cells are composing the ground tissues. If you look at their shape, then these cells, the parenchyma cells, they are spherical but flat at point of contact. So you can see it clearly here. Like this is one parenchyma cell, other. So these all are parenchyma cells. They are somewhat spherical, and at the point of their attachment, at the point of their connection or binding with the other cells, they are getting flatter at that area. Okay, so if you look at their cell walls, then they have got thin primary cell walls. They bear the large vacuoles for food storage, and in leaf they are called mesophyll. One more thing I want to add here is the chlorenchyma cells, which are the specialized parenchyma cells, and they're found in the leaves and they contain the chloroplast. So they are performing photosynthesis over there in the leaf cells. So here I have mentioned the function just because of the presence of chlorophyll, the chloroplast. So they are performing the function of photosynthesis in the leaves, and photosynthesis is basically the process of food manufacturing within the plant body which is happening in the leaves. And if the ground tissues are present in other parts, then they are performing the function respiration. One function they are performing is respiration and the protein synthesis in other parts of the plants. Now we are moving towards the last simple permanent tissue, and this is the supporting tissue. So supporting tissues, as the name is suggesting, that they are giving support to the plant body. They provide strength and flexibility to plant body. And what are the types of supporting tissues? So one of the types is here the collenchyma tissues. Collenchyma tissues, they are found in the cortex of young stems and in the midribs of the leaves and in petals of flowers. So they are supporting in nature. So cortex is the structure that is present below the epidermis, and it is meant for transportation and the storage of the food material and certain other substances. And midrib of the leaves is basically the central vein that is passing in the leaves. Okay, and you know about the petals. Okay, if you look at their structure, then the collenchyma cells, they are made up of elongated cells. So it is composed of elongated cells, and their primary cell walls is unevenly thickened. It is not evenly thick at every point. Somewhere it is thick and somewhere it is thinner. That's why they are flexible in nature, and their function, you know their function, it is to support the organs. So if it is the leaf, if the leaves are there, then they are supporting the leaves because they are found in the cortex of the midribs of the leaves, and as stems also they are found and in the petals too. So they are supporting in nature, and it is their structure. Now we are moving towards the last supporting tissue or supportive tissue, and this is this sclerenchyma tissue. So sclerenchyma tissues are composed of cells with rigid secondary cell walls. So here their secondary walls are thickened because of the deposition of the lignin, which is a semantic substance. So it makes them hard and their support is very firm. The mature sclerenchyma cells are mostly dead cells, hence they don't elongate, but their width increases because of the deposition of the material. I hope that you understood it. You understood about the permanent tissues, the simple permanent tissues, epidermal, ground tissues, and the supporting tissues. And here you can see this sclerenchyma. The sclerenchyma cell is somewhat rectangular and they are compactly arranged with no intercellular spaces. So I will see you in the next video, and I will try to cover the compound or complex permanent tissues. So if you have any question regarding this topic or any other topic, you can ask in the comment. If you like this video, then you can subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care.